So now that we've finished the physical assessment, I just want to review the information I've gathered and ask a few final questions to make sure I didn't miss anything. So just to review some of your medical history, you say you don't have any issues that have caused any problems in the past. You just mentioned a couple minor sprains and strains from running. And then for your overall nutritional goals, you're really just looking to work on your portion control and your health within your food so that you can have a well-balanced diet. Were there any other goals you wanted to add to that? Anything you thought while we were talking today?
I think that's about it. Maybe another thing I thought of was maybe eat less processed food. That's
sure. Yeah, that's a great goal.
Just when it comes to lunches at work, it's easy just to like eat chips or crackers or stuff that's processed or.
Yeah, that's a very real struggle to try and get healthy lunches when you're on the go all the time, trying to get ready for work. Now you mentioned you didn't have any kind of gastrointestinal complaints or symptoms. Do you have any food allergies that you know of?
No food allergies, no.
Okay, any intolerances? Things that tend to bother you?
No.
Okay. And then are there any food things that you just really can't stand food-wise that you tend to avoid?
I usually avoid shellfish maybe, but maybe that's a preference, but not that it gives me any sort of discomfort when I eat it, but.
Okay, just not your preference. Okay. And then you don't take any supplements of any kind or any medications, and you said for family history, on your dad's side there's been some history of diabetes, on your mom's side more issues of weight and weight management.
Correct.
And anything else you remembered there? Does that sound complete?
That's fine. That's about it.
Okay. You said you're not a smoker, and you're just an occasional alcohol drinker, mostly for beer, a few times a month.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And then for physical activity, you like to run. You said some obstacles to physical activity were the winter time and cold weather, getting outside.
Exactly, yeah.
Yeah. What helps motivate you the most when it comes to running? What really excites you about getting outside?
Usually, whether that's running in a new park or a new area, exploring, or if it's like training for a race, then that's motivation for me.
Yeah. Races are a great motivation. Okay. And then for diet, you said you made some changes, reduced some sugar and alcohol intake, but you still really want to work on the processed foods and just having a more well-rounded diet, which I think is a great goal. And we went through your 24-hour recall. Would you say that's a typical food intake for you or a little more atypical?
I think that's pretty atypical. I don't think I usually eat fast food.
Okay, just because you were at that conference.
Yeah, the only time I really eat it is if I'm traveling or if it's like convenient.
Okay. In terms of the breakfast food, morning food, and then the food you ate in the evening, is that more typical?
Yeah, so the breakfast and the dinner is pretty typical.
Okay. So lunch, you said you pack, some snacks, chips, crackers.
Correct. Yeah, the lunch, I usually just have like a packed sandwich and pretzels and a fruit.
Okay. All right. And then we got your physical assessment, and I'm just going to check my sheet and make sure I'm not forgetting anything. I think that's just about it. So I will look over the information that we gained today and do some calculations and just see how we might go about meeting some of your goals, how we can help you move forward with your diet in the future. I'll have you set up a follow-up appointment so we can talk about that and go over what our next steps might be from there.
Yeah, what kind of calculations are you going to be doing?
I'll be looking at body assessment, looking at the composition of fat versus muscle, and your height to weight ratio, your BMI, and just looking at comparing some of those values to what a healthy male your age is in just the general population, and make sure you're on target for where you need to be.
Great, yeah, thanks so much.
Yeah, any
Looking
other
forward to
questions you
results.
have?
And that's all.
All right, well, it's so nice to meet you. Thanks for coming in today.
No problem. Thank you.